people who often kill witches all know. Under the witch's captivating appearance hides a sinister and treacherous heart. On the surface, this witch appears to have launched a sneak attack, but in reality, she had already prepared for a sneak attack in secret. Seeing that the attack failed, the witch wants to escape. The woman picks up the Zhuge crossbow and fires a continuous volley. In the end, the witch blocks the fatal blow, taking the opportunity to ride the small flying stick and escape. But she didn't fly far before being shot down by a man lying in ambush outside. The man's name is Jack. He and his sister Anna are the witch hunters who make witches tremble with fear. Knowing she is no match, the witch can only flee in panic and uses black magic to attack Jack. Unexpectedly, the two siblings are born immune to all magical attacks, and Jack, who follows closely behind, fires several shots in a row. Unexpectedly, they are all blocked by the witch. Immediately after, the witch turns and summons a large tree to try and stop Jack. But Jack's two precise shots create a gap, and he chases after her. The two sides then engage in a chase battle in the forest. The witch's agile movements and footwork keep her far behind Jack. Seeing this, his sister Anna on the other side takes a shortcut, directly pouncing on the witch and knocking her to the ground. But unexpectedly, she is thrown off by the witch. Jack, who arrives, quickly joins the battle and engages the witch in close combat. Unexpectedly, the witch is also a master of fighting. The siblings take turns attacking, but they can't subdue the witch for a while. Suddenly, the witch bares her teeth and lunges fiercely at Jack. Jack seizes the opportunity and uses an over-the-shoulder throw, directly throwing the witch's years of lumbar disc herniation back into place. Finally, Anna shoots an arrow that accurately hits the witch's foot, then hangs the rope on a tree branch to finally control this cunning witch. It turns out that recently, a group of witches kidnapped many children near the town, so the mayor offered a large reward to find the missing children. Unfortunately, the siblings did not dig out any useful clues from the captured witch, but Anna found a sacrificial text on the witch. It shows that the blood moon will appear in 3 days. At that time, all the witches will gather together to hold a mysterious ritual. The siblings feel that the missing children are likely related to this ritual, so they decide to go to the place where the children disappeared to look for clues. The mayor equips the two with an old hunter familiar with the terrain as a guide. Finally, the group decides to rest and set off the next day, and at this moment in the town, a fair-skinned and beautiful girl is captured as a witch. Just because the girl has a pair of soul-piercing eyes, the mayor defines her as a witch. The villagers demand to burn the girl to vent their hatred. At this time, Anna arrives, directly points a gun at the mayor's head and tells him to release the girl because any witch who practices witchcraft will have their body eroded by witchcraft. The body will become rotten and smelly like a corpse that has been dead for a long time. Obviously, this girl does not fit the characteristics of a witch. The sheriff, whose financial path was cut off by the siblings, begins to speak rudely to them. Unexpectedly, Anna directly headbutts him, breaking his nose. The younger brother beside him wants to stand up for the sheriff, but is scared by Jack's big gun and dare not move rashly. But the sheriff is still obsessed with money. He secretly recruits a hunting squad, wanting to swallow the huge reward alone, and this group of money-hungry hunters gladly accepts the task under the temptation of gold coins. Little do they know that this time all the hunters will be reincarnated ahead of schedule. Taking advantage of the night, the hunters enter the depths of the forest, just as a few people are resting in place. Suddenly, a woman appears in front of them looking for the missing child, but unexpectedly, the woman changes the next second after hearing this. It turns out that this group of ignorant hunters actually broke into the witch leader's territory. The frightened Longhair just took out his weapon. Instantly, half of his head was grabbed off by the witch leader. Another hunter who fled was firmly hung in the air by the leader using a tree branch. The leader just waved her magic wand gently. The hunter was instantly divided into 5 parts. The only remaining hunter was already scared out of his wits, kneeling on the ground, begging for mercy non-stop. However, the leader did not kill him. Instead, she slammed heavily into his body, telling him to return to the town and bring back a message to everyone. Soon, the hunter stumbled into a bar in the town. He tells everyone not to try to go against the witches. Otherwise, everyone's fate will be the same as his companions. At this time, the worm curse in the hunter's body begins to take effect, and finally, he is directly blown into a puddle of minced meat. At the same time, in the witch leader's lair, all the captured children are locked in cages, guarded by a troll. At this time, the leader gives 2 of her subordinates a potion made from children, then places the subordinates' palms on the flames to roast them. However, a magical scene occurs. The witches, who were originally born afraid of fire, are now immune to flames, but the potion made from boys and girls together together cannot last for a long time. In just a moment, the effect of the medicine disappears. At this moment, the leader thinks of a way after success. All witches can be completely immune to fire damage. And on the other side, the witch-hunting siblings are also prepared to fight the witches. They set traps in the forest, quietly waiting for the arrival of the witches. He quietly approaches the girl, just about to reach out to grab her. Unexpectedly, the girl in front of him is actually a pumpkin scarecrow. It turns out that this is a trap set by the famous witch-hunting siblings. However, the cunning witch will not surrender easily. The witch rolls her eyes and suddenly launches a counterattack and takes Anna's weapon at an extremely fast speed. Fortunately, Jack reacts quickly and is not shot in the head. Knowing that she is outnumbered, the witch rides the small flying stick and turns to run. But unexpectedly, she is knocked down by Jack's stick, who took a shortcut. Finally, she is subdued by the arriving guide using an electric shock. However, the tough witch stubbornly refuses to reveal the hiding place of the stolen children. Angered, Jack has no choice but to put on boxing gloves and teach her a harsh lesson. Finally, the beaten witch, with a terrified look, reveals the blood moon sacrificial ritual 3 days later. At this moment, the witch leader rides the small flying stick to the sky above the town, then summons a fireball book and smashes it hard at the town below. Another witch takes advantage of the chaos to break into a household. It turns out that the little daughter of this family is the last child the witches want to capture. The brutal witch controls the boy and makes him pull the trigger on his female relative. Then the witch has the troll take the captured little girl back to the lair. Jack, who arrives, wants to stop the troll, but is kicked away by the suddenly appearing witch, then climbs onto Jack's thigh and starts biting him. Jack endures the severe pain and picks up the milk bottle, hitting her several times. Forced into a desperate situation, the witch fiercely grabs Jack's one-legged stick. Jack screams in pain. Then, dizzy, he rides the small flying stick and tries to escape. Strong Jack grabs the opponent and flies into the air with her. But in the air, he is thrown down hard by the witch, his life hanging in the balance. And at this moment, the leader has already transformed into human form and arrived at the police station. Facing the powerful witch in front of her, Anna is no match at all. The opponent takes down the guide at lightning speed. Before Anna can react, she is grabbed by the neck by the leader. The leader does not kill Anna immediately. It turns out that Anna's heart is the key ingredient for the leader's magic potion. Only when the blood moon arrives can Anna be trapped. At this time, the guide slowly gets up. On the other side, Anna is still desperately searching for Jack's whereabouts, but unexpectedly, she is caught by the sheriff and a group of people. These villains say nothing and give Anna a beating until Anna is beaten all over and unable to think. The troll hiding in the forest sees all this and instantly becomes furious. Just as the sheriff is about to assault Anna, the angry troll rushes out of the forest straight towards the sheriff. The troll swings a big tree and instantly knocks away 2 small fries. The ignorant thugs still want to fight back with guns. Unexpectedly, bullets cannot harm the troll at all. Instead, the troll smashes his CPU with 1 punch. The vicious sheriff is already so scared that his diaper is wet. The troll slowly walks forward, then lifts his size 80 prison boot and stomps down hard. Then the troll takes Anna to his lair and uses salt mud to heal Anna's wounds. When Anna's injuries have mostly recovered, the troll disappears into the forest without looking back. It is because of her special physique that she received the troll's help. Soon after, the siblings reunite in the old wooden house in the forest. The two feel that the environment here is so familiar. It wasn't until they saw the mural on the wall that they realized it turns out that this is the old house where they lived when they were young. Just then, the evil witch leader comes to their door again. She tells the siblings a story. It turns out that the reason why the siblings are immune to dark magic damage is because their mother was a powerful, high-level white witch, and Anna's heart is the key ingredient for making the fire immunity potion. But the black witch leader was no match for the siblings' mother, so she secretly used a treacherous plan to kill their mother. Knowing he was no match for the black witch, the father secretly hid the siblings. When the father went back to save the mother, he was hanged alive by the ignorant villagers next to the mother. Now, the black witch has found the siblings again. Naturally, she will not easily let go of such an excellent opportunity. The angry siblings want to avenge their parents, but the two are no match for the witch leader at this moment. Jack is stabbed severely by the opponent and pushed into a hole, leaving only only Anna to be captured alive by the leader. When Jack wakes up the next day, he discovers that the girl who healed him before has appeared again. And when he lifts his clothes, he sees that his stabbed abdomen is about to heal. It turns out that the girl is a very rare White Witch. It is because of Jack's good deeds in the town that he has received the White Witch's help many times. The White Witch tells Jack that tonight is the blood moon reign. At that time, the Black Witch will use the power of the blood moon to make Anna's heart into a potion. They must quickly prepare to rescue Anna. Then the White Witch takes out an ancient magic book. Under the blessing of powerful spells, the holy water in the bottle is endowed with supreme divine power. This can make the original White Witch